Hey guys, I'm going to go through and explain my auto siphon or my bell siphon. Definitely, like everyone says, does take a while to get this dialed in for your particular application. But the physics are the same, you just have to dial it in. So a few of the tricks and tips that I learned off YouTube I'm going to share with you today. So let's get into it. First off, we have basically our bulkhead fitting that goes through our grow bed. But basically this is just a 3/4 inch electrical fitting with a slip fitting on the top and a threaded fitting on the bottom. So you just screw it, you go male to female. So on the other end of this there is a female that it screws into with a number 18 rubber O-ring, and then that has a slip fitting back into the 3/4 that goes down into my downspout. Now, as far as the downspout goes, I just found that it helps out tremendously with your siphon. It gets it started a lot quicker. My siphon is starting within 30 seconds and stopping within 30 seconds. So that's really, really good. And as I experimented with things just like taking this all the way off or just putting a 3/4 inch downpipe on it, it really, it would almost go up to a minute before my siphon would actually kick in. The one thing to consider when you're doing this is I wanted to have a very little flow into my grow beds, and you'll find out if you're making these auto siphons that you'll get it to work with higher water pressure going into your grow bed, but when you lower the water pressure down to where you're actually getting the amount of fill rate that you want, you're going to find that your siphon's not going to start. So you have to tweak it, and that's where this downspout that goes on a right angle and then feeds out really tremendously helped. The other thing that tremendously helped is on my standpipe. The standpipe is basically the water level fills up and then it's going to start to fall into the standpipe. That's also how you adjust the level of the water on your bed. Right now I have it about 2 inches below the top of the grow bed. My medium's going to be filled up to the top of the grow bed, but what that does is it lets the water stop a little bit below your medium. That's how you create your standpipe. You adjust it up to the level where you want your water to stop. So my standpipe here is just, you could obviously do this with just a piece of 3/4 coming up. Again, you have to experiment, and what I found out is when you increase the size of the opening at the top, it creates, kind of a toilet bowl effect, and it basically will help get your siphon started a lot quicker. So I just have a piece of 3/4 inch PVC going into a 3/4 inch slip with a threaded end on the other side, real similar to my bulkhead fitting. This is just electrical conduit, this is just regular PVC, and then into a male, I believe that's an inch adapter. So basically it just slides in there like that, the water gets up and it'll start flowing into your standpipe. Now, the reason you need the bell siphon is because otherwise your water would constantly stay at this level. So without having any sort of another hole to drain your water out, you don't want your water always in contact with your roots, because you're not going to get any oxygen to your roots, and it's just not good to have them sitting in that water all the time. So the bell siphon, the auto siphon, that's what you use to drain the grow bed. So basically my bell siphon here is a 2-inch PVC with some slits in the bottom, a 2-inch cap at the top, and it just slides over like that. And when the water level rises up to that standpipe, starts to flow in, there's a pressure difference between the outside and the inside, and it creates that siphon, and it sucks water from below. So that being said, the slits that you create in the bottom is going to be the ultimate level where your water ends when it stops siphoning. So my water is going to drain all the way down to my first slit here, and then that's going to stop your siphon. Now, getting the siphon to stop is another trick. So getting it to start quickly, getting it to stop quickly is basically the two things that you're looking for, as well as being able to adjust the rate of the flow into the grow bed. I've experimented a lot. As you can see here, I cut slits all the way up on one just to see if it would work. This thing works rapidly. However, the water's going to stop at your first slit, or the siphon's going to stop at your first slit. So it does you no good. I experimented with different sizes, different levels. It definitely makes a difference. raising this up just an inch on this PVC cuts off 30 seconds on the start time of the siphon. So again, it's just all experimentation. You know, this is what I found works for me. The 3/4 inch with the 2-inch bell, and then this little spout or downspout that I created on the bottom really dials my system in awesomely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with water, and I'll get you guys a look at how it all comes together. Alright, so here we have the water flowing into our grow bed, and as I explained before, the siphon is pretty easy to start when you have a really high flow rate. However, since my grow bed drains really fast, I don't want it to fill that fast, or else there would just be too much water in contact with the plants at that time. So basically, what you need to try to do is try to lower your water coming into the grow bed, and then dial your siphon in so that it'll still start with that minimal amount of water coming in. That's where basically adjusting your slits at the bottom, adjusting the height of your bell siphon. And as you can see, this one's about to start. So basically it just... Alright, so as you can see, with that amount of water coming in, that took less than 5 seconds for that siphon to start. So as you can see, it's really easy, especially with the way I have the downspout set up, to get it started with a high flow of water. But that is not what I want. So coming over to this side where we have a lot lower water pressure coming in, again, that's where you're going to adjust the you know, the type of whether you have slits or cuts or notches or whatever you do at the bottom of this. That's going to make a difference, and also the height of your standpipe or the height of your bell is going to make a difference as well. So, you know, this setup works perfectly for me. It definitely took some trial and error. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this fill up with the low amount of water coming in, and I'm going to show you how quickly that bell gets started as well. Alright, so as you can see now I have a much lower flow rate coming into my bed so that I can, you know, extend out the time that my grow bed takes to fill. And that's what you want. You just want a ton of adjustability. So not only do you want a siphon that starts and stops very quickly, but you also want to have a way to, you know, control the flow into your grow bed. So as you can see, it's getting up to the level yet right now. Nothing yet. Well, there we go. So I'm going to show you, just even with this low amount of water pressure coming in, I'm going to show you just how fast this siphon gets started. And basically it just, you know, just proves that I have it adjusted perfectly fine. So I'd say that was about maybe 10 seconds. With that minimal amount of water coming in, I can actually adjust that to a trickle, and my siphon will start within 30 seconds. So I'm super thrilled with that. I have a super fast starting siphon no matter what water pressure I put. Alright guys, so I'm going to show you both sides here going at a very minimal flow. As you can see, they both just started trickling out here. So even with this very, very minimal flow, I can still get these siphons to start within about 30 seconds. As you can see, the one on the left here is about to get going. And there goes that one, and there goes the other one. So, I mean, that wasn't even 30 seconds. That was more like about 10 seconds, even with this very, very minimal flow coming into the grow beds. Alright, so I just wanted to show you guys how quickly these stop as well. Remember, it's going to stop when it hits these slits here. So it's just about to stop. And then it starts sucking in air from the slits at the bottom, and that's what stops your siphon. So just like that, my siphon is stopped. And the fill process will continue. So I say 30 seconds, but my start and stop are more like about 10 seconds. So again, just a huge range of adjustability is what you get with this setup. So I hope you guys enjoyed and picked up some tips that I've definitely picked up off YouTube and shared with you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll check you later.